For the last few weeks, I've gotten a lot of physical exercise, putting together the Gather Lounge. A lot of lifting, a lot of cardio, all industrial quality stuff, which is all heavy. Makes me think about people in the 1800s, early 1900s, and even later. Everything was made out of wood and metal, and people were shorter. They were strong. But it creeped up on me. I couldn't figure out why. Around 2 o'clock every day, I would just burn out completely. And because I haven't had that much physical exercise that often in a long time. So, yesterday morning, I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's late for me. And I just felt this warmth all over that I haven't felt in years, which is good circulation, muscles growing, color in my face. And I elected to not work. And I just laid in bed, finally feeling like I've earned it after being retired for 7 years. And what I'm doing is just so gratifying. Designing the insides of this lounge. It's opening next Wednesday. With some dear friends of mine. And it's looking better than we all thought it would. It looks ritzy compared to just about everywhere else you see in town here in Dallas, Oregon. And I can't seem to stop. Little details, I've tightened chairs down and tables and clean and tweak ornaments, for Christmas, angle them just right, just really getting into it, not throwing stuff up. And you just get in this groove, which I haven't been, the 42 cars I've bought, except for this one, so 41. Yeah, maybe there was a couple others that I didn't really get into detailing and fixing and cleaning, putting my OCD to work. The most important to me is functionality, a smooth system, organization. As we get older, I think we get that way because we forget more. So I have a particular place I put my wallet, my keys. Everything has its place. Same with tools. And it took a bit to get the lounge organized enough where we have places for everything, starting to develop that now. It's just something nice about that. When you can reach for a tool without looking for it, without turning your head, you know where things are. That specifically. And anyways, so I didn't work yesterday and just watched movies and ate too much food. But it felt okay this time because I'm moving. Went in today, oh man, I can't remember what time, 10 o'clock this morning, something like that. And just got back a half an hour ago. It's like 11:30. Yeah, because I allowed my body to rest all day yesterday. I had plenty of energy and still do right now. So it feels good. And it's not discipline for me. It's a joy to use my creativity in this lounge, the Gather. It's all about creativity and art and encouraging people to start getting lost in art. Whatever it is you used to do, bring it back. I'm playing guitar again, starting to getting back into painting, just designing things, and the Gather, and getting it just feeling like a paradise where you would want to sit there for hours and have a good conversation. atmosphere has always been important to me. And it's probably one of the biggest reasons why I've moved back to Oregon so many times. The Northwest in general is just enchanting. It is. In the valley and on the coast, super majestic. Other than the rain, the seasons are very mild compared to a lot of places. So, I'm not looking at YouTube as much now. It's all kind of mixing together. It's like a junk drawer now, you know. If I want the bad news, I open the junk drawer and I look at any news channel, even a vloggers that I've watched on and off for years. And I could tell as a content creator, not a big one. Yes, I had one channel that was growing pretty good. But I've watched for 17, almost 18 years. I've been a content creator. And watch the big ones, the big people, the big YouTubers. And I can tell when their numbers are down. They start getting more theatrical and controversial. Like the van life people. You know, they film for a few years to get their numbers up, especially the good-looking gals. It's like soft porn almost in their van traveling. They get a lot of numbers very quickly for obvious reasons. But they're always filming that it's always smooth and everything's great. Maybe a little challenge here, a little something here, you know. I forgot to buy water, and I found a campsite 20 miles out, so I have to go back and get water. But then you'll see them eventually. I was visited by somebody last night, 2 o'clock in the morning. I was awakened, you know. And I'm not saying they're not true, but a lot of them you could tell they aren't. They're just trying to spice it up. And I'm kind of grateful I don't have big numbers, you know, 100,000 at this point or higher, because I might be susceptible to falling into that as well. I don't know. I've never been there. So, and if you're making decent money as a content creator, and you get used to a certain amount of money rolling in every month, that becomes your livelihood. And I've learned with YouTube that retention is awful. And I do the same. You know, I used to watch Itchy Boots all the time. I think she's over 3 million subscribers now. And just this young lady in her 30s that travels the world on her motorcycle by herself, good-looking gal. And she goes places where most men wouldn't even ride their motorcycles. But she has that Dutch, Norwegian charm. And what I like about her, she doesn't flaunt, you know, and use the female card for attention. She's all business and takes great footage, National Geographic type shots. And she's been doing this for, I think, 9 years. And but I skim through her channel now. You know, I don't watch the whole thing anymore. And or Sean Ryan show. You know, I remember when he was at like 40,000 subscribers when I followed him. Sean Ryan, who was a Navy SEAL, a CIA operative, and he started his YouTube channel with training. You know, how to use guns and tactical training, things like that. And then he started getting into interviewing some popular people and famous people, celebrities, politicians. You know, he's filmed Donald Trump, and he gets the big headliners, and I think he's just over 3 million now. Built a new beautiful studio. He's become friends with celebrities like Tucker Carlson, Kid Rock, you know, these people. And his shows are fascinating. They could be long too. They could be 5 hours. I've seen 6 hours, and people seem to like that. So, but now I don't watch every video anymore. I might play a video and fall asleep to it. How many of you do that? I think a lot of us do. I used to listen to Alan Watts, live all night, and I've kind of backed off of that now. Just enjoy his philosophy and his understanding. And but recently, Sean Ryan is in an argument with a SEAL Team 6 guy, Dan. What's his name? I don't know. So I'm bad with names. I just don't care. He's a congressman now, the guy with the patch, who is threatening to sue Sean Ryan. So all of a sudden the tempo of the channel's going up, and it's just this soap opera as we seem to make families of these channels, as more and more families aren't spending as much time together. Our content creators become our family, and but I don't need to see them all the time. That's, a recluse. That's what I am. It's interesting that people who know me in person would consider me a very chatty person, and can be high-strung, high energy sometimes. I said to a Chris, a friend of mine, I said, "You've never seen me in a quiet, seclusive position." Of course not. Nobody's supposed to be there. But it's important to me. I feel if I'm around people too often, too much, I lose that connection source. I think as we get older, we want to spend more time with source and just listen to the stillness and its quietness. Everything's balance, isn't it? Everything. And you have to know when it's time to come, when it's time to go. And I'm getting more and more like this, just quiet and mellow and some kind of satisfaction. I find it interesting because the money's gone. Sitting there with hundreds of thousands of dollars in my account, free enough to do pretty much whatever I want. It's never enough. Now sitting here with very, very little money in my accounts, no credit cards for 7 years now. No loans, everything I have is paid for. And I feel more peaceful. It doesn't matter to me anymore. And I remember the times when I used to freak out about not having money, struggling with that. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And the thought that it could imprison you with a job you don't like and people you don't enjoy being around. I don't know, we just kind of give all that up as we get older and wiser. It's not as important. It seems like the only thing that's really important is being here right now. The sky is dark. It's all lit up by the city lights because we have this low clouds, fog, and it just has a great energy about it. You can sense winter, Christmas coming, and it's just peaceful. No rah-rah video here for you. No humorous video here. Just sitting out here talking to you. And I really feel like saying this. I want to thank everybody that has come into my life, that I met in person, that chose to watch my channel. Some of you are just a block or two away from me. And I had somebody I met once gave my YouTube channel and said, "You're a really nice guy," and that's fantastic. I love to hear that because I've become a nice guy. I wasn't always a nice guy. I don't think any of us were. All the time. Money. It's funny. It's, if I knew what I knew now, back when I was stressing about money like everybody else, I feel like it would have been worth billions by now. I feel very wealthy. And I tell people I have 60 million coming to me within the next 3 years, and that's not wishful thinking. We'll see what happens. But that seems like a reasonable number that doesn't freak me out or get me real excited. Now that I've had a lot of money a couple of times in my life, being a millionaire, I think if with the Powerballs tonight, I did play. It's $1 billion. Cutting that cut that in half, $500,000 minus taxes, what ends up being, maybe $280 million or something like that, whatever. I wouldn't get excited. Yeah, no, I would, because I would do things differently. The last big sum of money I've had was pretty selfish. Not all the way. I've given a lot of money to people, hundreds of thousands, that I didn't have to. There's definitely people I have in mind right now that have never experienced a lot of money, that I would definitely gift to them, so they have a full-flavored experience of this thing called life, and find out what it's like having millions and the freedom. I wish that upon everybody. Enough money where you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Well, no, you still end up doing that. I think the most frustrating thing when I had all this money given to me in 2019-20 was I thought I can get things fixed. I thought I could have a priority, because I have the money and I was willing to pay more. Can you get me in now? Can you do a really good job? I'll pay more. That doesn't matter today. It's really interesting. My generation wasn't that lazy, and the one before us were extremely hard workers and believed in doing things the right way. 60 million, I would hire an assistant and hope, by paying them very well, that they would do a great job. I've lost faith in that even. It's fascinating as I'm working on this lounge together. I wish more people worked like I do. I really get into it and want it engineered right. I want it solid. I want it firm. I want it looking good. I want it clean, like running wire. I want it stapled in even. I want it done right. I want it insulated properly. Easy access. Little things I think of that I think of. I don't know if other people do it, but like the rug that I stapled down on the stage. I was going to cut the back of it. It's against the wall, get the razor and cut it. And I decided, no, just loop it in, because we might want to run cords in there. So just tuck it behind and leave that for hiding cords. I'm sure people do that, but I've never done this stuff before. It just made sense to me. Leaving that versatility. So, but Yeah. That's exactly how I feel, dog. That's it. Just making a short video. Yes, sir. Have a good night, morning, whenever you decide to watch us. Take care.